Welcome to how to deploy a GigaVUE-FM OVA into a VMware ESXi environment. I'm Keith Dobson, a Senior Principal Professional Services Engineer at Gigamon. Today I'll be discussing and demonstrating how to deploy an OVA for Fabric Manager into a standalone ESXi server. Support personnel at Gigamon often receive calls on how to deploy the Fabric Manager OVA into a VMware ESXi environment. This YouTube video will address the most often asked questions about this subject. To begin the deployment, we must log into the Gigamon community and download the OVA for FM. Having logged into the Gigamon community online and navigated to the software and documentation page, once there, utilizing Software and Release Notes tab, we can filter for our product of choice, which for this demonstration is GigaVUE-FM. Now we can also filter by release. For today's demonstration, we're going to select 5.10. Having filtered for the proper version, we must find the OVA file, which is here. Clicking the blue hyperlink starts the download of the file. The checksum for checking the integrity of the download is found at this hyperlink, fma51001.ova.md5. This is a text file which contains the MD5 hash. Having downloaded the fm51001.ova file, I will now check the integrity of the file using the File Checksum Integrity Verifier version 2.05 on my Windows 10 laptop. As you can see, the hash is calculated using the File Checksum Integrity Verifier. Once it completes, I then type out the contents of fma10001.ova.md5 and compare the values. The MD5 hash in both instances is in red on the slide. The value dynamically calculated equals the value found in the MD5 text file. Therefore, the file has been successfully downloaded and can be used for our deployment. We are now ready to deploy our OVA into the VMware ESXi environment. Logging into the ESXi server, you can see that I'm running version 6.7.0 update 3. We're going to create or register our VM. Select deploy a virtual machine from an OVF or OVA file within the wizard. We're going to give our virtual machine a name. Click in this area to select the OVA file to deploy. Click Open, and then Next. I have one data store. It's already highlighted. Click Next. Now we must make an important decision here on disk provisioning. Thick disk provisioning must be selected, or FM will not work as designed, if at all. In a live environment, you would do your network mappings via this drop-down menu. Next, I'll skip this area for now. Ready to complete. We've given our VM a name, a place to reside, ensure that provision type is thick. Heeding the warning, do not refresh your browser while this VM is being deployed. Click Finish. As you can see, the OVA is being uploaded to the disk. In interest of time, I'll pause here. Monitoring the progress in recent tasks, you can see that our task is completed successfully. Moving to the virtual machines, we see our virtual machine. The OVA template is now being deployed. Again, in the interest of time, I'll pause here. Once the virtual machine has completely been deployed and started up, you will be at this screen. Notice the host name is unconfigured-GigaVUE-FM. Type in admin and the default password, admin123, capital A, bang, bang. And you are prompted to change this default password upon login. Typing in a new secure password and retyping that secure password. You are now at the $ prompt. To configure networking for the new Fabric Manager VM, type FMCTL Jumpstart at the $sign. This brings up the initial system configuration page. Getting rid of the default name for the host, we'll give it something new. Enter domain name here if you wish, and get rid of DHCP for now on IPv4. Give it an address. Length of 24 for the Cedar. And a default gateway, which is also our DNS server. I'm not going to enter search domain. Change this to yes. Using the tab, we'll get on to OK. You receive a warning about the host name. It's not a valid POSIX host name. We'll say OK. And it'll go out and update the IP configuration. This does take a while, even though I'm in a secluded environment, and the only thing running on my ESX server is the Fabric Manager VM. I'm going to let this run to see how long it takes. Your time may vary. And we're back. So we must now reboot the Fabric Manager VM to apply the hostname changes and all other changes that we have made to the configuration. I will pause recording as this takes a slightly longer time. Now that Fabric Manager has applied the settings we had just configured, you can see the host name to the left of the word login. Logging in with admin in our new secure password. You can see the prompt now includes the name of the host. If you wish to see the values that we have configured, FMCTL show interface is the command. You can see the IPv4 address 172.16.10.40, the gateway, and everything IP4 and IPv6 related. We will now go and log into the GUI using that IPv4 address. Having given Fabric Manager its initial network configuration, we can now log into the web GUI. When you log into the web GUI, you'll have to use the default username, admin, and the default password, admin123. You'll be greeted by the EULA. In order to get past the end user license agreement, you must scroll to the bottom and accept its terms. Select OK. Now you're ready to use Fabric Manager. If you wish to change the password from default, this is where you would do it. The default password is admin123, capital A, bang, bang. Now here's where you can make the new password for the GigaVUE-FM GUI the same as the SSH password or the console password that you just changed to from the command line. That is what I will do here. Typing my secure password once again. I'm going to save it. Password was successfully updated. Now when I log in with admin, I must use the secure password that I had changed to. And I'm back at the dashboard. We have successfully deployed GigaVUE-FM OVA file in a standalone ESXi environment. You have just learned how to deploy a GigaVUE-FM OVA into a VMware ESXi environment. During this presentation, we addressed common concerns about where to find the FM OVA, how to check the integrity of the OVA file that is downloaded from the community, what the MD5 text file is used for. We've learned how to create or register our FM VM within a ESXi 6.7 Update 3 environment. We have learned that the fmctl command brings up an initial system configuration dialog box. We have learned how to check the initial system configuration by using the fmctl command. And we also learned that there are two administrator passwords associated with FM. A console password used when accessing the command line via the console or SSH sessions. A graphical user interface password when logging into the FM web page. These passwords can be different, or they may be changed to be the same. It is left up to you, the FM admins, to make this determination on your own. Thank you for watching how to deploy a GigaVUE-FM OVA in a VMware ESXi environment. I'm Keith Dobson, a Principal Professional Service Engineer at Gigamon.